Hello everybody and welcome to a sewing catch up. What have I been up to? I've been sewing, I've been doing things, so let's just get into it. It's lovely to see you all. Thank you so much if you are a regular who comes back, and welcome if you're new. It's so nice to have you here. I do a mixture of ones like this where it's just a random catch up, chatting about sewing and life, and then I do other specific ones. I am in a sweatshirt which I'm not going to mention because I've just been filming the big sweatshirt episode. I don't know which one's coming out first, but you will find out more about that when you see the big sweatshirt episode. So yesterday was the Southern Social. If you're not sure what that is, it is a sewing social group I've set up that happens once a month in a village hall where lots of lovely sewists get together. We chat, we sew, we swap patterns, fabric, talk about things, chat about life, have cake, and it's just great. So yesterday was that day where I get 6 hours where I can just focus on sewing and existing and being with other lovely like-minded people. So I decided this time, having made myself sew hard things last time, that this time I'd just have a bit of quick successes, easy brain tasks. And actually it was nice, it gave me a chance to really focus on chatting and getting to know people a bit, rather than last time I was just in the zone sewing hard things, which is nice to have that balance. And we've actually come up with the idea that we'd like to play some board games together at the end of a social one time. So I'm going to try and extend the length of time we have the room. So let's see what quick wins I went for. So I decided to make a Tilly and the Buttons Freya. I love a Freya. It's this sort of height neck and it's just fitted sleeve. Great for layering, but also fine if you're just a bit warm and you want something else. So I picked up this Never Hansen jersey in the sale. I want to say from Simple Life Fabrics or Fabrics Galore, one of the two. It's around a lot and I've still seen various colourways. There is a navy colourway as well. And I think possibly a black. Is very soft, nice sort of jersey. So that little height there of neck, it's a nice full sleeve. It's got a little curve at the waist, but you can see how that could pop under like a pink, a blue, a green jumper, even like a black, just poking out, or one of those lovely Max T jumpers that goes over the top with these sleeves poking out the side. I really wanted to get this sewn up before the weather goes, and that's the mindset I've got now. Is I might not be loving this greyness, although the sun has peeked out, but I might not be loving the greyness, but I do want to enjoy wearing these things before the weather changes. That might not even be till May though, let's be realistic. So whipped that up. I've just got to finish the sleeves. The Tilly and the Buttons Freya is in her stretch book. But if you didn't want to buy the stretch book, I believe the Nico top, I think by True Bias, the Nico top is very similar. It's got a similar sort of neck and curve as well to it. But I have to say, if you haven't got the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book, I think it's such a great book in terms of it's got a sweatshirt, joggers, this, and a couple of other patterns in it, including a raglan t-shirt, and really great tips. I was talking to a lovely lady who comes to my social, and she has been sewing for a very long time, but has mostly all her life sewn woven because these gorgeous types of fabrics weren't always available. She got that book for Christmas and she said the tips in there are brilliant. She's loving it. So I'm really pleased about that. So whipped that up. I make a size 5, but I do slim down the shoulder because in Tilly and the Button, her shoulders are quite wide on me. And that is a close fit. It's not a loose fit. I then made a closet core tee. Now this is quite a drapey jersey. The closet core t-shirt is free. Love a free pattern. And this is the winter collection from the Crafty Pie. Now I bought this from the Cotswold Sewing Centre. They have a shop in Banbury but also in Witney, and I went to the Witney one. This is lovely. I just think that's a really like vintagey style autumnal fabric. She's got some really Crafty Pie. I've got some really nice. Brogan did some really nice autumn colours and winter colours. She did her gingham check, but in like lovely sort of jewel tones as well. So I picked myself this up. Now I decided to do a little experiment and cut and splay the sides of the pattern to try and then gather it back in. So you can see the gather is here. So it has, well, it's not quite as dramatic as I wanted, but it has. And I did it on both sides. But when I've put this on, the back for some reason is quite loose. Now it is quite a drapey jersey. So I'm actually, the back is very loose. I am going to overlock a seam down the back, take some fabric out just to bring it in a bit. If you like a loose fit, it's fine. But what's happening is, because it's loose, I'm losing this detail of this gathering, which is what I wanted. So I'm just going to bring it in a bit. And that's the nice thing about jerseys. If I do that on a busy pattern like this, down the back, it will hardly notice, and I won't really feel it because I'll just overlock straight down and it'll just be a back seam. So, you know, you can fix these things if they go wrong. So this, as I say, closet core t-shirt, which is a free pattern. Now warning, it is a 3/4 length sleeve. I've extended this to make it full length. At this time of year, I do not want a cold wrist. And then I finally made a decision on what to do with this lovely fabric I bought last winter from Little Legs. It's sort of a knit, but it's not too heavy. And I decided to make a Bertha cardigan. I just felt, as we were talking at the social yesterday, for some reason this will just be like, it's almost like a basic that you can throw over things. I just realised it would go with like stripes and different colours and so on. But what I did was cut a bit off the bottom of the Bertha. It's tilling the buttons again. This one comes from the Make It Simple book. I like this cardigan because if I've got a bigger sleeve underneath, now if you haven't watched my last sewing catch up, which includes the phrase on the thumbnails, I like big sleeves and I cannot lie, then if you haven't watched it, I'll put it here. I think you'll enjoy it. I love a sleeve. I love a big sleeve. Well, then a slim sleeved cardigan is not going to work. You need this because you need room for the poof in here. So this is why I like the Bertha cardigan, because it's a raglan and you've got plenty of room for your poofy sleeve to fit underneath. So I haven't finished yet the cuff. I did cut the cuffs out in this fabric, but I'm thinking of doing them in black just because it creates that nice, with the ribbing, that nice feel. I did that with the last one, but I'm just mulling on that. So what I did on the bottom is, once I'd made it up, I just went all the way around the bottom and cut an amount off, so that when I put the waistband, like the edge on, I also slimmed that down a bit. It's just a bit more cropped. I just felt that I've got a bigger oversized one. I just want to lift it up a bit so it's sort of sat sort of where my hip bone is, because sometimes you don't want that slouchy look and then it's almost like a smart cardigan. Weird thing to say. So yeah, just did that, went round, chopped a bit off the bottom and did that. I could have done the like shortened lines, but I didn't want to do it till I was sure, so I thought I'd just chop it off the bottom. Doesn't matter, does it? So that's what I did, and as I say, I made the cuff slightly smaller as well. So they're the three things that I mostly got done. They all need a little bit of finishing. And then I managed one leg, and then when I got home I did the other leg of a pair of bob pants. Now I am on my fourth pair of bob pants now, and this one is in a very different fabric. So this feels like a cotton linen to me. It's in a lovely mustard. Again, this is my autumn palette, so I knew I needed to get this sewn up. It'll get me through into spring because of the lightweight nature. I did my hacked pocket again, which is where I've hacked the pocket so that it goes up into the waistband, because the original design you have to flip the pocket round because it's loose and flapping like an elephant's ear. So just hacked the pocket up, drew it up so it fitted into the waistband. And on this pair I have tailored in the bottom so that the front bottom, you can see it is in a bit. That's meant to happen anyway because the back is supposed to curve round a bit. That's the design. But I've brought that in. If you look here, you can see that much I've done as a seam there. And on this side at the bottom, the back piece that much. Now I've left it like that to show you, and also because I need to do one more try on before I finish the bottom of these trousers. And sometimes I just want a bit more tailored in at the bottom, because then it works with the shoes that I want to, and play with those things. So I can always unpick it, do it a bit more if I don't like it. I was reading 7 trouser trends for 2025. It was quite interesting. It was like the trouser version of a leg of mutton. So sort of more room and gathering sort of to the knee, and then tailored in. So it was like a tailored trouser, but more tailored towards the bottom, which I thought was interesting. Barrel leg trousers like the bob pant, everywhere again this year. M&S have got a lot. Marks and Spencer's, if you don't know who I'm talking about, a lot of barrel leg jeans in, and wide leg trousers as well. Admittedly, I don't really go with the trends, but I like to see designs and design ideas. So mostly done. I did the little bar stitch on the bottom of the pocket. I didn't do that on the first pair I made, and I can see like a little happening, so I made sure I did the bar stitch on the bottom and the top. I think it just gives that little security that if you put like your phone in your pocket, it's not pulling at it, which I often do, put phone in my pocket. I am probably, it doesn't say to use in instructions, but I'm probably going to top stitch over this elastic in the waistband. I like that design, I like that feel, I like the way it stops the elastic travelling. You could instead stitch in the ditch down the side seams to stop it travelling, but I do like that look of it round the elastic as well, so I'm going to do that. So I've got a few finishing bits, but I'm very excited to be able to wear this. I think that goes well with that, and I think with that, not sure, not that one, but yeah, I like that with that, with like, you know, that navy max tee that I made, which is a sleeveless sort of jumper over the top. Now I've realised this would be a good make for Sew Yellow for Endo, coming in March. If you don't know about that, do watch out. Jess of Sew What If I Sews does a challenge raising awareness for endometriosis and raising money for the charity, so look out for your yellow fabric, because that's coming. So I might save those to wear to her party, see how I'm feeling. So what am I going to get up to? Oh, hang on indeed. I have made the 4th sleeve. So yes, last week's episode, the I Love Big Sleeves episode, I showed how I'd hacked a sleeve pattern to make a leg of mutton. I've made it. Here it is. So you can see the shape of the mutton at the top, and then tailor down. I'm probably going to tailor the sleeve down a bit more. This is not big enough. I'm going bigger. I am going bigger. So I have shared with my lovely Sequin Girly members, which you can become if you want to click the details in the thing, or click join, you can find out about it. They're helping me decide on my 5th sleeve. This was my 4th sleeve. In the amazing book I found called Mad About Sleeves, there's a lot of sleeve choices that includes how to go for an extra large leg of mutton. That's not big enough for me. I'll put a picture of me wearing this here. And this time for the neckline, instead of the V, this is the Vista top by Twig and Tail. The first 3 tops I did the V that's on the pattern. For this 4th one, I took a round neck pattern piece that I've got from another top and used that for the facing. So I went round neck rather than V, just enjoying playing with variations. And there will be a whole episode coming about this, but here is sleeve 4. So as I say, not big enough. So I will be going and doing a bigger one. I have to say, Twig and Tail, if you haven't heard me waxing at Lyrical, instructions are great, pattern hacking ideas are great, upcycling ideas are great, sleeve expansion packs, pocket expansion packs. If you haven't checked out Twig and Tail, please do. So what am I going to do next? Well, I have this lovely sort of claret colour cotton twill, which I bought at the same time as the teal one, which I have worn and worn as a pair of bob pants. And so I'm going to make a So Liberated chanterelle in these. Now I did think about making a wide leg pair. The chanterelle has a wide leg option, but do you know what? When I'm at home, I don't want a wide leg getting in the way. I like a more tailored in leg, and it has a sleeve cuff, a leg cuff at the bottom. So I'm going to make those in the shape I like, because why fix what isn't broken? I love the pocket over the top. So I am going to cut these out and make these up, because this again, let's just get that. Look at that with, oh, I love that with that. What about this one? Maybe. And that with another thing. See, why it goes with everything, doesn't it? It's probably because of the black base. And then I am also going to make a burnt orange pair of walk boldly pants, because I haven't got round to those yet. I don't know, I'm way past 5 pairs of those now. Probably should do a whole episode about those, shouldn't I? So just making sure right now that I've gone through my winter fabrics and made up anything I want to. I haven't told you the most important bit. I made something with that amazing fabric. Wait there. How could I have forgotten to tell you about this? If you remember in my winter review, you might not, you might want to go and watch my winter review, because I'm just reviewing what's still to make. I shared this gorgeous fabric and I really wanted to get it made up, because I just felt it summed up my winter palette this year, if you look at the colours in there. So I made a decision. Thank you to everyone who left lovely comments, but I realised I didn't have enough to make a dress. But what I did want to do was have like a lovely top that I could wear things underneath, but as the weather got better, layer up over the top. And I knew it would go with all the trousers I'd made, from the purples to the greens to the orange. I think it's going to go with these. Look, yes, look at that. So I decided to use a pattern I had, which was the Marilla Walker Nautilus top. It isn't available now, but any top you've got that's like a nice sort of straightforward top. I like this because it's a V, and it's just got like the little sort of sleeve that comes out a little bit. And what I did was hacked the length down a bit longer, and then I incorporated in these very wide, long waist ties so that I could wrap it right round and then tie it. The picture will appear here. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I wanted the top to have like, I don't know, like it's like almost like a kimono belt, obi belt, I think they're called. I wanted something different about it, and this, I had enough length to get these out, but not enough to make a whole dress. It would have been lovely to do that, but I've worn this already and I felt like I was fulfilling my 80s dreams. I had it on with a charcoal pair of barrel leg trousers, some pointy boots and a long sleeve top underneath, and I just felt fabulous. And it's the colours, these colours. Sadly, Grid Fabrics, who I got this from, don't have this colourway anymore, and they haven't got it, not getting it anymore, but they do have a different colourway. It's a cotton slub, so it's quite nice and lightweight, but also got enough structure to hold like a belt shape and things. So thank you anyone who made suggestions. Your suggestions helped me mull to the point where I was like, I know what I'm going to do, and I got on with it because I want to be able to wear this before the weather goes. Let me just take this off and put this on. Here we go. So you can see what I mean, how it just, that sort of shape, you could have it higher up, but that sort of shape allows for the thing underneath to feel like it's meant to be there. And I did just cut quite generously around the edge of the pattern on the side, just so that it could cope with having a top underneath. So you just cut a little bit more generously, and you can see I've incorporated the ties into the side. So what I do is go like this, and there's enough to bring it back around and tie it at the front. And originally I had it longer, but once I tried it on, that was enough sticking out the back, and the ties were originally a bit longer and I trimmed them down. You see what I mean? And I did an overlocked edge, so it's just a very fine seam, so it's not heavy there, and the same here, because I didn't want any heavy weight. And I've done facing front and back, which again I've overlocked to keep everything sort of loose, so it's not heavy on the layer underneath. And even when I get to summer, I could just wear like a little tank or something, or spring. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. You know when like suddenly you get like a da-da in your mind, and I'm also relieved it worked, because not all of those da-da moments in my head do turn out into real things. Sometimes they go wrong. Never forget the hospital gown. But this one worked out, and I'm just so pleased I managed to do it while the weather is still such that this goes with the palette I'm wearing. So I can't wait to wear it with lots of different trousers and skirts and things like that. So very happy. So apart from making up those 2 pairs of trousers, I will be doing sleeve number 5 to go with the Vista top. I'm busy preparing for So Frugal, because that's coming in March, and I need to work out what I'm going to wear to Plymouth Rocktails, because at the last minute I got a ticket. So I think I'm going to look at what I've got and what I could do with what I've got, rather than start from scratch. I think that's how I'm feeling right now. Might change my mind. And I haven't told you this yet either. I'm going away with 5 other lovely sewists for a week away of sewing. So we will have another episode very soon where you can help me decide what I'm going to sew, because that's a lot of sewing. There will need to be breaks, there will need to be walks, there will need to be trips out. I think we're going to have a safe word, because that's a week of sewing together. We will all say we'll never really get that chance. So I think it's going to be trickier projects, because I'll have the brain space. If you've seen me talk about things that you think this is the time to do this, let me know. If you've got something that you'd love to see, Christine's going to be there. I haven't seen her for ages, so we might have to do something together. Lovely Kate from Ripper Seams is coming, Julie from Julie Sews Her Own Clothes, Laura from So Very Laura, and the wonderful Mary, who I always talk about. And I have already told Mary that while we were away, we've got a week, it's time to learn to teach me to crochet. So Make 9 challenge of learning to crochet is going to happen while I'm away, and let's see how we go. That intense back-to-back time of being able to do that, we will record it, we will see. I don't know how it will turn out, how I will share the vlog, but I'm very excited. It's all going to be great. So there's a lot coming up, and I just want to get some, I'm enjoying all this sort of like really interesting sewing. I was doing some more overlocker things with somebody at the social yesterday, reading my sleeve book. Bingo sheet went out the window a bit, but I tell you what, the essence is there. That still learn something, still read something. The exercise bit is the bit that went. Just gotta keep trying, because I'm sure I can do it, but I just get distracted by things like making a lovely mustard pair of trousers and this dream top. That's what happens. Don't know if that happens to you. So yes, let me know, what patterns have you seen me mention that you think it would be a good time to concentrate on while I'm away? What of my outfits have you seen that you think I could turn into my great Plymouth Frocktails outfit, or some fabric I've shared? Do tell me your thoughts, and also I'd love to hear what you're planning to get up to soon, and I will catch you again soon. Bye.